Does it seem like your health continues to get in the way of your goals year after year?
For those of us with heart disease, it can feel like that.
Today, you're going to learn our method for setting, breaking down, and implementing goals so you can stay on track when life throws you a curveball.
Hi, I'm 𝗤𝗧𝗧.
And I'm Jessica with Underdog Ninja, where we help you have faith, build character, and take action so that you can live your best life and thrive with heart disease.
Here at Underdog Ninja, we are on a mission to fill the gap between patient and doctor, where the real living takes place and the hard work happens. We are devoted to supporting you and come alongside you on your journey to better health.
If you're new to our channel, please like, subscribe, hit the bell below so you can get notified when we post new videos.
Maybe for you, last year was awful. You set goals at the beginning of the year, and by March, it all fell apart. I mean, all the unexpected things just kept coming one after the other. And you thought, there's just no way you're going to be able to get the momentum you need in order to complete the goals that you had set for yourself.
And if you're fighting heart disease, this probably sounds familiar. But your health does not have to dictate your life or derail your goals. So let's dive in to what you can do this year to crush your goals. Okay, so step 1, set SMART goals. What are SMART goals? SMART goals are a type of goal that you set so that you can manage and track and meet your goals with success and know if you met those goals. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and timely. So let's break that down just a little bit further and go over each one. So specific. Get as specific as you possibly can. You don't want to be generalizing your goals and saying, well, I just want to eat better. I want to make more money. You can't track any of that. So you want to make sure that it's as very specific as possible. So like, I want to lose this many pounds, or I want to make this amount of money, or I want to get this many clients, or I want to go on a vacation in this specific spot that costs this much money. So I'm very specific about being able to know if I met that goal. Okay, and measurable. Measurable means exactly what I just said. You've gotten specific enough and now you can measure it. It needs to be something that you can measure so that you know if you're meeting that goal. And later, it'll become important for you to know whether they're measurable or not, because we're going to break them down even further.
Actionable. Your goals need to involve some sort of action to be taken by you. This means that you need to be involved, right? This isn't something that's going to just happen for you. Just like specific and measurable, this goal needs to be with intention. And with intention, there requires action. So you should be developing some sort of action plan in order to complete your goal. Realistic. Your goals need to be realistic. And what I mean by that, they need to be within your reach or slightly beyond your reach. It should be challenging, but they need to be within your realm of possibility. Look, it's okay to dream, but they shouldn't be wishes and resolutions. That's why those things fail. We're talking about real goals. So again, this should be realistic, timely. Your goals need to have a completion date, a deadline. At the very least, you should have a date set for evaluation of your goal. See where you're at. If you have a year goal, maybe set an evaluation date 6 months from now and see where you are in completing that goal. But please set that date. So if you'd like to know more about SMART goals, we did a video recently on SMART goals and going a little bit deeper. We're going to go ahead and link that for you right above here. Go ahead and click on that to take a little deeper dive into SMART goals.
Okay, so now that you have set your SMART goals, they're measurable, they're specific, they're actionable, and you want to know what to do with these, right? So how do we make these actionable is what we want to talk about next. Okay, so step number 2, breaking down your goals. In order to break down your goals, you want to set your 1-year goals first. So where do you want to be at the end of the year? Set all your goals for that. And then you're going to take those 1-year goals and break those down to 6-month benchmarks. So where do you need to be in 6 months in order to reach those 1-year goals?
Then once you get your 6 months goals down, you're going to break those 6-month goals down to 3 months. And then once you have the 3 months, break them down to thirds, month after month. What are your goals month after month?
Right. And so when you have your 1-month goals, then you're going to take those and determine where would you need to be at the end of each week for the end of the month. So that means that you can look at what you need to accomplish day by day, week by week, month by month, 3 months, 6 months, and know that if you just do what you need to do in bite-sized pieces consistently, you'll reach those 1-year goals. Now that we've set and broken down our goals, it's time to start implementing. Okay, so step 3 is implementing your goals. Staying focused and staying on track for the entire year is something that is missed by so many things when you get trainings on how to set your goals. And we really want you to be able to be successful, to stay on track with your goals through the entire year. So one of the things that we talk about is having a helicopter view. And that is just an above view where you can kind of see everything, and setting these goals this way where you break them down into 1 month, 3 month, 6 month increments is so powerful because it's not just the first 3 months. When you break that into the first 3 months, that gives you a quarterly goal. So you can set that for every quarter of the year. So that's so helpful with financial goals and things that you would want for quarterly. But every goal that you have, right, then you would have a quarterly goal for, and a monthly goal throughout the entire year. That's for every month of the year. 6 months is a great benchmark for certain types of goals, like blood work. If you need to get blood work done at the hospital every 6 months, if you have heart disease, that's something that you can work towards with other things that you're doing, other goals, nutrition and fitness, but that's only going to be around 6 months usually. So that's something you can set for that. So having all of these different increments is really helpful and important for having an overall view of your whole year, but also in bite-sized pieces so that you can accomplish this without feeling overwhelmed.
And life happens, right? You know, that familiar thing that happens year after year, you know, that thing that we talked about at the beginning, that thing that keeps throwing us off track of our yearly goals? Life. It just seems to just get in our way. So
let's talk about avoiding and navigating pitfalls.
So setting goals this way gives you the awareness of roadblocks, the roadblocks that stand in our way of accomplishing these goals that throw us off track. Say the holidays, okay, a vacation, maybe a planned surgery. Those little things, if we don't plan for it, can really throw off our goals. So by doing it this way, we can incorporate those planned roadblocks into our goal setting. So for example, if I know, let's say December's coming around, the holidays are coming around, and that's in my 3-month realm. I know 3 months from now, we're rolling right into the holiday season. Well, then I'm going to be tracking my goals in a whole different way. I maybe even need to hit it a little bit more aggressively in order to reach those goals. You know, a lot of people are taking time off. Maybe you're taking some time off in there too. So, you know, does that make sense to you? You know that this is coming. So plan for it. But what about those roadblocks and pitfalls, I should say, that come up all of a sudden?
Pitfalls, those things that we have no idea are coming. So like if you have a heart attack or you lose your job or something really unexpected comes and it's not something that you can plan for, those are the things that really take us out probably most often because we don't know what to do when that happens. And those things are going to come. They're going to happen. Maybe not as bad as that, but there's going to be some things that really throw us off track. Even if you just get sick for a week, that can happen and that can throw us off track. So we have a couple of tips we want to share with you that might help when those things come. Whether they are the really big things or the small things, this still applies. Like you were saying with reverse engineering and planning for a roadblock, you can do something similar when something happens that's unexpected. So tip number 1 we have about that is reevaluating reverse engineering your timeline over again. So maybe you're going to be out for a week because you're sick, or 2 weeks, and you're like, okay, I really don't want to try to play catch up with that. I know that I'm going to be out, or maybe all of a sudden you have a heart attack and you know you're going to be out of work for 2 to 3 weeks, or you're going to be down. I have a different timeline I'm working on now. So I'm going to need to reverse engineer those again, just with a different timeline, to be realistic with what I have in front of me, but to not fall off track, to still have your goals laid out in front of you for the whole year. And so that's what you're going to want to do with that new timeline. But also during that time, you can still do work realistically. So if you, and I say realistically, meaning within reason. I mean, if you're really sick and you're really down, then obviously you're not going to be doing much. But let's say you lost your job, or you're just recovering in the hospital and you are fine, but you just are going through recovery and you're okay. And let's say you had a stent. You've had plenty of stents, and it's not the, you're able to still do some things like on the computer or something like that. So this is the type of time where you would take, what can I do? What are the most productive, most efficient? We say they're needle moving activities, where they move the needle. They're not a waste of time. They're just the most productive activities that you can do still towards your goals that maybe don't take as much effort or thought. So for instance, if you need to get a certification or have education you can do online, classes you can take, studying or research that you could do, just creating something fun for your business, or connecting with people again. Whatever it is, make sure that it's towards your goals, and it's something simple that you can be doing that keeps you engaged with your goals during that time and still aligns with that new timeline that you re-engineered, right, for your new timeline. Those are things that we've done in the past that really help with staying on track when those types of things happen.
Right. And so when that happens, one of the other things too, it's really therapeutic, especially, let me speak for myself. When I've had some sort of heart intervention stents or what have you, and I'm recovering, having my goals set in front of me, knowing where I'm at, and shooting for those goals from, say, even from my bed. What can I do? It helps keep me inspired. Think about if you didn't have that timeline, if you didn't have those goals, you would feel disappointed. You would feel discouraged. Lost. This is a way to help you recover by shooting for reevaluated goals, or the goals that you can complete. What can I check off from my bed, from my couch, if you're laid up? Or like you said, if you lost your job, well, okay, now I reevaluated, what can I do? Again, those things help us recover in the midst of a storm.
Right. And recovery doesn't always mean financial, doesn't always mean health. Recovery happens up here with goals, because when you're staying on track with your goals, it's all mindset. And when we take a break from staying on track up here with having goals and working towards those, because we're down, we're in a pitfall, we tend to stay off track. We tend to not get back on track, is what I'm trying to say, because you're up here off track now, and you've kind of thought, well, I fell off. We do that with diets a lot. I fell off track, and now I can't get back on track. So if you're doing something in the meantime that's productive, you're saying, no, I'm giving myself rest. I'm giving myself a break, which is also part of reaching our goals. It's very important. So this can all work together in those moments and can be a benefit as well. Question of the day. What's the number one thing that seems to throw you off track every year when you're setting your goals? Halfway through the year, you're getting there. And what's the thing that throws you off track the most every year? I want to know. I'd love to know. Put that in the comments.
So we've found that this has been an absolute game changer for us when we're planning our goals for the year. So our hope is that you find it just as helpful when planning your goals.
Thanks so much for watching. And if you need support with your fitness and nutrition goals this year, click the link in the description below to go to our resource page, where you can download our free quick start guide and meal plan to make sure that you get started on the right foot this year. Thanks for watching our video recording on our VCR. Thanks for watching our Betamax. Thanks for listening to our radio show. First goals this year.
If you want to be notified when we post more videos, hit that bell.